Well, the time has come. I'm going to be installing the SPE Disaster Prevention Kit along with the SPE CCV Delete on my 6.7 Powerstroke. I'm not really looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff I gotta take off. But I don't think I can prolong it anymore. It needs to happen before I regret not doing it. Looks like there was a rat's or a mouse nest in there or something. So I'll get that all cleaned out. At some point I'll be doing a full piping kit on this puppy and kind of cleaning up the engine. But that's a summer project. It's February 12th right now, and it's like 35 degrees, which is basically summer in Minnesota. Coming off a couple of really cold weeks, so I think it's time to tackle it. I'm gonna start by taking off the intake, taking off cold side pipe, get this manifold off, and then we'll go from there. All right. So I'm going to be removing the CCV first. I started, or doing the CCV reroute first. I started taking off the manifold. I think it'd be a lot easier if I did the CCV first. So I just got to get back, way back in there. There's 2 bolts I have to take off to start. I'm kind of watching a video as I go, because I'm not entirely sure how the whole process works, but we'll make our way through. And then once I get that off, it'll open up a little bit and I'll have better access to some bolts on this guy. And then we're cranking. So I'm gonna start by getting those 2 bolts off. This is the setup I'm gonna be using to get to that back bolt, which is always a pain, allegedly. I've got a contraption of sockets and wobble heads, and it's a mess, and Gorilla Tape to hold it all together. We'll see if I can get a good bite. Okay, so I got the closer bolt. You probably can't even see in there, but there's a bolt that's slightly closer. I got that one out. It's right here. And then the one that's further back, I have it broke loose, but I cannot for the life of me. Ever since I broke it loose and got a little out, I can't get the extension to sit on there. It's like the bolt is out, so I can't get the right angle. So I think I'm just gonna squish my hand in there and try to take it out that way because it's loose. It'll take a little bit of time, but or maybe I could get a socket on a little guy. Put the number 10 on here, because my goodness, that is tight. That took some serious dedication to even get the thing broke loose. My goodness. This extension fell off about 50 times. Alright, so I got the second one out. What I did was, after I broke the bolt loose, I put this socket on top of it, because I could not get my fingers in the right angle. Just undo it by hand, so I put the socket on top of it, and then I was able to twist the socket out by hand, because once they're broke loose, they're really, they're loose, so you kind of just gotta get the right angle on it and they'll come out. So now I've got one right down here to take out, and then there's one other one, but I can't really remember where, but I'll get this one out first. All right, so I got all 4 bolts off. There's one right one there. There's one right. Right there. Right down there. And then two back yonder. That back one was a pain. I mean, I guess they both were a pain, but the back one was worse. Now I'm gonna take off this little boot here. I'm not gonna do it on camera because I need both my hands. And then this whole thing should come wiggling out. Supposedly it's a pain, but we'll get her done. So yeah, that's the next steps. All right, so I got it all loose in there. And I cannot for the life of me get this connector off. So I just cut it for now. So I can at least get this out. Which is proving to be, oh geez. I have diesel all over the place. It's proving to be difficult, to say the least. Okay, I need both my hands for this, but once I get this out, might I get it here? Once I get this out, I'll do an update. Okay, I got it out. I'm gonna install this plate because there's oil. Just kind of chilling there. I don't like that. So we'll put this guy on, put that guy on, put the fuel filter back in after I get that all done. Sit right there. Then I can cap off this pipe and we'll be done with it. So I'm gonna start doing that and I will update once it is done. Okay, I got both the plates on. On this back one, I didn't take a video before, but they're not symmetrical. Like if you look at it, the side closer to me, it's like even. And there's a little swoosh. It's even where the bolt goes, like it's a symmetrical shape, but then on the opposite side, you can see right here, it's kind of just like a straight edge, and right here, it like curves. And the straight edge goes towards the back bolt. I don't know if it really makes a difference or not, but that's the way it's supposed to be, so that's the way I put it in. The little rubber guard for the light on my camera just fell into the engine, so I'll have to dig that out. Yeah, I got them both blocked off. Now I'll tackle this little hose here and get that capped off. And if you're not bleeding by the time you're done working on your truck, did you even work on it? Haha, got blood up here. It's wonderful. It's memories. All right, this thing was a pain to get off. As you can see, I got some blood on my hot side pipe, but basically just got to go around and bend these 3 tabs up. 1, 2, 3. It'll pull right off. For this little boot, I could not find a zip tie. I could, however, find a clamp. So I think that should do the trick. Slide this boot on. Okay. Put the clamp on, tighten her down, and we're good to go. All right, never mind. Clamp doesn't fit right. Found a zip tie. And we're in business. Okay, so here's where we are at. I got the hose ran right over the brake booster and down. It's coming out right. I think the angle should go, yeah, right there. And I'm gonna zip tie it up there somewhere. Not quite sure where. Honestly, I could just leave it just hanging. Wouldn't be too bad. I do have this little section of tubing that I might use to extend, but I'm not too worried about it. I don't think much oil will drip since it's going up. But maybe. Yeah, so I'm gonna tighten on the clamp and then we're almost done. Okay. Got the boot on. I really hope you guys can see all this stuff in the footage, but I got the boot on right here. Got the hose running. Put this block off plate. Got the fuel filters installed. Got blood everywhere. I was gonna do the disaster prevention kit today. I'm not gonna do that. Super Bowl is happening in a couple hours and I want to hang out with my fiance, so I'm not gonna have time for that. I am, however, gonna wire up my switch on the fly, which will be a whole separate video. Yeah, I got the CCV delete reroute installed. I'm gonna bolt all this stuff back on and then do some wiring. So if you're interested in seeing that video, it will be uploaded shortly. Like, subscribe, comment. I love comments. I love negative comments. They seem to fuel the most traction in a video. So thank you for doing so. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you at some point.